Love or fear? I love you. The text read. She didn't know what exactly she was supposed to reply. I love you too, she replied. But she didn't know if she genuinely meant it or not. 2 months or more passed by, when she was just tired of everything that ever happened to her till the date. Locked herself in her room, speaking to none, being a total psycho, she just wanted to disappear. No messages or calls from friends, neighbors being just a headache, relatives being not so helpful, family being everything but still couldn't help her get out her horrible zone she was in. It isn't that easy when you see a person quiet. It's not that they don't have words to speak, it's that they lack courage to put the words together and spill out the truth. After 2 months, she finally gathered the courage to speak her soul out, but the courage couldn't bring out the real-life people. So, she found a person on a social networking site. She somehow replied to that one guy, though her message request list was filled with too many people. She was always sure about her guts and instincts. It was them that lead her to be a better person no matter what. It was them that made her reply to this one guy. This site was a bit strange. It was an anonymous site, where you can't upload your display picture or anything, which means you don't know who you're chatting with. Now you might have understood why she browsed the internet and continued to use that site, right? She had a fear of being judged or jumping into conclusions with known people, which was not found with unknown people. Hey, how's you? His first text to her. I'm good, she replied. Can I call you baby? He asked. She didn't even realize he was being a pervert and she said yes. He texted, I wanna hold your hand and take a walk on a beach having an ice cream. Oh, this sounds so romantic. To which he texted, I love you. That's when she replied I love you too. She didn't even knew whom she was talking to, neither that guy knew who this girl was. It was just an intimate stranger connection with words. They then just continued talking for few moments, few minutes and few hours. After speaking to him for few hours, he somewhere understood she was a decent depressed girl. He asked her what was the problem. And that was the moment, when she let her sadness flow through words, and through eyes. She cried at last and described him how her life has become complicated than ever before, how her health and studies got affected and how her friends never helped her. She felt better when she finally spilled her emotions. All the love, anger, betrayal, tiredness and every other emotion she felt. Humans are known for their emotions. It's the emotions that separate humans from animals. Of course, animals have emotions, but comparatively less as of humans. Their chats turned into a daily gossip, sharing everything they go through. He said everything little thing good or bad, that he has gone through or he has done, so did she. Days passed by, and then one day he messaged her. She didn't reply. He messaged 20 more times. She didn't reply. 2 hours passed and there was not a single reply from her. He got panicked. His texts read, Baby, reply me, I'm here for you. I am sorry if something is bothering you but please talk to me and so on. After 4 hours around at 10 p.m., she replied, Baby, I'm sorry, went to a doctor, to which he replied, Shush. Come here and hug me tight. But baby, shush. Stay here still, I love you. They both didn't say anything, they were quiet for a moment. It felt like a bliss to her. It was the calmest moment she ever experienced, though nothing was physical but the way he made her felt was much more than just few words combined together. Then he messaged, Baby, tell me, to which she said Baby, sorry I went to a doctor, I was not well. He asked, How are you now? She said I'm all perfect. The, I love you, which he said now, was something he actually meant, though he was not sure as well. Whenever she was upset, or confused, he made her understand what actually had to be prioritized and what should be the decision. He never said her, you should do this or that, rather he explained her the pros and cons because of which things used to get very clear for her. The best thing he used to do for her was, whenever she used to become moody, when her mood swings kicks in, he used to tell her stories. Yes. He used to tell her stories through which she used to calm down. He used to talk about almost everything from World War I to the recent politician. From Ramayana to Romeo and Juliet. He was a person who had too many stories in his mind, all of them just because of his grandmother. He did mention this to her. Few days later he went for a vacation at Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The place is so heavenly but it had network issues, due to which it became very difficult for them to be in touch. Though they were already at a distance from each other, this distance was increased with his trip to the heavenly place. Texts became less. Good morning baby became GM, and sometimes there were no good night texts. She understood that the time has started, this is how it's going to end. She never wanted this to end. She remembered what he once taught her. He used to tell, never make anyone your everything, or never love someone so much that you're not sure about, and many such things. And finally one day, she didn't hear from him. He was in Andaman and she kept messaging him, calling him, she even mailed him. But didn't hear a single word from him. This isn't an end though, because this is where a new story started. But the whole point of the story is that this was her true love. This is still her true love. She fell in love with a stranger, and so did he. After few days of heartbreak, a mail popped up in her inbox. Sorry. It was a word sorry. What was she supposed to do? That anyhow is not a moral or the theme of the story, but the love she felt was.